Mic check. One, two. Mic check. One, two. Hello, everyone. Good morning from Manila. I know that most people who are probably watching, it is the evening for you, but here in Manila, it is Thursday, November 20th. It's 9:35 a.m. It's nice to be back. It's nice to see you all. I'll be honest, I didn't want to stream today. I wanted to go another day of just eating whatever I wanted to eat. I wanted to not think about this right now. It has been a wild last 7 or 8 days. I think 8 days since I left Chicago and I've moved to Manila. And I want to go over that today. One of the reasons I'm live streaming right now is because it's really important for me to be accountable. The last couple days, I have not wanted to be accountable. And it makes me wonder for many of you who are here right now, how have things been since I've been gone? Have you been able to do what you needed to do? Have you been able to keep up your accountability? Has it been hard for you because you have no one to be accountable to or accountable for? Whether you have or you haven't, if you realize that this accountability is important for you, take advantage of that. Use this as an opportunity to share how you're doing, how things are going, because even for me, with where I'm at right now, the last couple of days have been pretty difficult for me. Ever since I've moved here, my sleep has been awful. The jet lag has been awful. I can't even begin to tell you how bad so much of this has taken me off track. My eating has been awful. I haven't even cooked yet here. I have not cooked one thing yet since I've been here. I know I've only been here for how long has it been? Today's like 4 days since I've been here, but I can already feel myself getting off track. And that's why I wanted to at least throw this live stream. I had this whole idea of, okay, I'm gonna record my travels and me getting on the airplane and me, right, doing all these things. And then I started to feel overwhelmed because I also am taking on extra work with a client. Yesterday I was on a call last night at 10:30 p.m. because it was 8:30 a.m. in Chicago, and I had to get on that call because it's my job, and it felt really weird to be having a call at 10:30 p.m. and I believe it ended at around like 12:10 in the morning. But this is my life, and this is me trying to balance things out and trying to figure my shit out on a day-to-day basis. And you know what? It feels really good to be here right now and talk to you live because today could have easily gone sideways again. And I'll be honest, it's not like the days have been completely bad. I have still been putting in work. I have still been hitting my timer. I have still been trying to get steps in. I have still been trying to do the little things that matter. But I've stopped counting calories. I stopped making good choices. And a lot of that is also because I have some family here right now that's happy to see me, and we've been going out, and I've been eating whatever they've been putting in front of me. And it's hard. It is hard sometimes, especially with a big life changing move that I've done. But at the same time, I look at it and I'm like, okay, but it could have been worse. I could have done so much worse. I could have just eaten whatever. I could have not gone live today and just went another day of not live streaming. Here's the thing too is like I this you can't see it right now, but this is a mess. This is a complete mess. This is a whole makeshift type thing. I don't even have my microphone in front of me because I forgot a certain piece for my microphone. And so I don't even know how long that's going to take to get here. Hopefully, using these AirPods are okay for now until I can get my microphone fully working. But until then, hey, I'm going to work with what I've got. And the same goes for many of you right now. You work with what you've got. You might not be able to do the things that you thought you were going to do, but you work with what you've got. I don't have the same gym equipment that I had back in Chicago, but I'm going to work with what I've got. It rains a lot here in Manila. And you know what? Sometimes I'm going to have to bear with it. Sometimes it's 90% humidity outside. But you know what? I'm going to work with what I've got. I don't have access to Brussels sprouts. I don't even have an oven in this kitchen. But I'm going to work with what I've got. I am not going to just give up. I've worked too hard for this. I'm on day 746 of my journey, and I'm going to work with it. And I'm going to keep pushing forward. I see many people in here in chat, and I love it. I love that so many of you are here right now and you're sharing how things have been going with you. And I'm going to get into that in a bit. There is a lot that I need to catch up on in my life and with what I'm doing. And it feels really weird to be in a different country and know that this is my home. Um, but I think if anything has taught me, if I've learned anything in the last 746 days, in the last 2+ years, it is that accountability is super important for me. Knowing that I had to live stream today completely took me out of saying, well, because listen, I was this close to grabbing breakfast today and just walking to a local coffee shop here, grabbing some coffee, probably not the best coffee in terms of just drinking it black, probably having it with milk and sugar, probably having a Filipino breakfast. But because I had to live stream and I knew I had to be accountable, I was like, okay, just get your shit back together. And you know what happened this morning when I woke up? I woke up right at 6, a little before 6. But when 6 o'clock hit, I was like, okay, get your ass up, get yourself on the scale, go for your walk, go lift some weights at the gym, and then prepare for this live stream. I'm literally talking to you right now after the gym. I haven't even had time to take a shower because I had to like prepare my slides and think about what I wanted to talk about because I was like, hey, it's not going to be perfect. You're just going to have to work with what you've got. So I will get into all of my life stuff right now. I know there are probably many of you who are here right now who have reached out to me in email, who have reached out to me to be like, hey, Jerome. And listen, I have seen the emails. I have not replied to any of them, and I apologize. I have gotten a lot of them. So please do not think that I have ignored you. I just have not had time with everything that's been going on in the last week and a half. I have been here in Manila now for 4 days. Today is day 4, I believe. Today's day 5. I think I arrived on the 16th. I arrived on the 16th of November, but it was like 9 p.m. at night. And so it's been about 4 or 5 days, let's say. And I have had to unpack and I have had learned to get a new cell phone number because I have a Philippine number now. I have had to figure out my bank account and all that stuff and figure out where the grocery store is and how to do this and that. And so things have been crazy, but I wanted to at least get back on here as soon as I can to just let you know that, hey, I'm still here. We're still doing this. I'm not giving up on my journey. This is still very important to me. Malungai Mark with a $10 super chat. Mark, thank you so much for your support. Mark, I appreciate you so much as always. You know this. Mark with the $10 super chat says, "Magandang umaga, pare," which means good morning. Good morning, brother, or good morning, sir, or however you want to say pare. Magandang umaga, pare. Cool to see you live streaming from the Philippines. It's different. It's very different. It's weird at the same time, but it's it's nice. It's nice to do something different. It's nice to be on an adventure. Mark, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate your support. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you seeing you. Appreciate you seeing you. Yeah, I think that's right. So before I continue on, before I vomit all of my journey with you at the moment, I want to say hi to everyone in here. Remember, this is an accountability live stream. This is not just for me, this is for you as well. Share your accountability. Share with us how your day is going. Share with us if you've been struggling this last week because we haven't been able to chat, because you haven't been able to talk to the community in the way that you've been used to doing that. Share with us, share the good and the bad. Whether you are doing something amazing right now or whether you are struggling at the moment, please let us know. One second. So before I continue on, peace to all. Cap Rising, Babita, Almadas, Deja, so many names I recognize here. Miss Peaceful One, Writer Family, Happy Bunny, Andrew, Lynn, Maria, Maggie May. Nice to see you all. Welcome. Sleck, Ronnie, put on the tiara, Cap Rising, Juyon, Lori, Margaret from Facebook, Tommy from Facebook, Judy, hello, hello, Kate Betters, welcome. Elizabeth, how are you? Did I say Lori? I think I did, but hi again, Lori. Melly Mel, hey Skippy. Anyone else in here? Trumpet, how are you? So many familiar names. It's nice to see many of you in here. Spike, how's it going? Kirsty, hello. Gloria, did I say hi to you already? Maybe I did, maybe not. Shauna, it's nice to see you. LJD, welcome. JD says mabuhay. Thanks, JD. Hello, hello. So before I continue, I want to go through chat. Share with me how you've been doing before I share with you how I've been doing. This is an opportunity for you to maybe ask a question, for you to share your accountability, for you to be like, oh, Jerome is listening. Hey, the community is here helping each other out. So please let me know how you're doing, how things are going. I'll tell you right now, I am up in weight. I have not been fasting as long as I normally have. I have not been eating as clean as I normally have. I just told you, I have not cooked in this apartment yet. I have not eaten anything except takeout at this point. Jeff, I see you in here. Hello, hello. But I'll get into that in a second. So before I talk about my stats, just to kind of read through chat here, it's nice to see so many of you say things like, you're back, or yay. Amanda says, I'll be asleep probably, and I completely understand. And here's the thing about these live streams too, is I've been thinking about this, and this time that I'm live streaming right now will probably be more of the default time I'll be live streaming, but I also want to live stream at different times during the week so that people have the opportunity who might not be able to make it in the evenings, because I know it's the evening in the States right now, but it's 9:49 in the morning here in Manila. And I want to like differentiate, or not differentiate, I want to vary the times up so that other people have an opportunity to jump on when I go live. But we'll figure that out as the days go by. Jerome, I hope you're well and happy. Thank you, Almadas. See you next time. Almadas, I'm sure we'll be talking soon. Thank you for stopping by. Um, Deja says, today has been the longest day ever, and it's a fasting day. Worst combo ever. Listen, I'm fasting too, and it's just beginning for me. It's only 9:50 in the morning, so I'm just starting my fast. My plan is to fast all day today and break tomorrow, and to be honest with you, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to do that. Hopefully I will. Hopefully I will, but we'll see. Sorry, everyone. I'm just reading through chat here. Um, I mean, even Maria says, hello, all. With Jay being away, I realize how much I need these videos. I've learned that community and accountability are vital factors in keeping me on track. And for many of you, how important is accountability? How important is community in that way? I live streamed for 100 days in a row, and I knew it made an impact because many of you started really practicing imperfect consistency. Many of you might have had really long fasting goals, really long or really strict eating goals, but realize that life happens and sometimes you might not be able to fast for that long. But does it stop you on your journey? Does it stop you from making better choices eating, exercising, right? Taking advantage of your calories, getting good sleep? All of these things are important. So for Maria to share this, and L, I just saw the donation drop. Give me 1 second here. Um, to read the rest of this, Maria says, I failed at two separate fasting attempts. I actually ate during my time fasts, but acted like I didn't eat. And, that's really interesting that you say that, Maria, because I think this is very common as well. Sometimes when we attempt a fast and we might not be able to be successful in that long fast, we tell ourselves, well, I'm just going to eat now. Who cares about even hitting a timer anymore? I'm just going to worry about it tomorrow. I've been there. I've done that. Many people have done the same. But don't forget, you have other levers that you can work on. You can work on making better choices. You can work on the exercise part. You can work on the sleep part. You'll have to keep us posted. So thank you for sharing that with us, Maria. Um, And before I can even continue on, L just gifted 5 Finally Fasting fam memberships. L, thank you so much for your continued support as always. L, that is a huge donation for anybody that just got gifted a membership. Please thank L. Throw some F's up in the chat. I don't have my other notebook. It's over there. But can we throw some emojis up? There's the F emoji. You can throw up this clock emoji. You can throw whatever customized emoji that you want if you are a Finally Fasting fan member. If you did get donated a membership just now, please be sure to thank LL. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for your continued support as always. It's great to see you. Also, give me a second, everyone, because it's starting to get hot in here. I turned the AC off, but I need to turn it back on because it's getting warm in here. Okay. AC is going to be on. Hopefully, it's not going to be super loud. I mean, it seems pretty quiet from when I was using it, so hopefully it'll be fine. Okay. L, thank you so much again. I appreciate your support. Let me scroll down here. Tommy from Facebook says, hello there, Jerome. Hey, Tommy, it's so nice to see you. My doctor said to start eating. She said I'm looking too thin. So, Tommy, this is a different discussion to have. And so, the real question that you should be asking yourself is, what does your eating look like? Are you eating nutrient dense foods? Are you eating in an adequate way? Because as many of us have an issue of overeating and being morbidly obese, there is also the opposite side of that. And I feel like I found myself there before. When I got my weight down to 124 pounds, I wasn't even really lifting weights at all. I was more concerned about the number on the scale. I wasn't taking care of myself in terms of my eating in that way. I was just trying to fast for longer because I was trying to hit a certain number. And I realized today that that isn't what I was, it's not what I want to do. And it wasn't the healthiest thing in the world either. This is maybe a different discussion to have, Tommy. And right, I'm not trying to really call you out in that way, but I mean, maybe this is where you have that conversation with yourself and ask yourself, are you eating properly? Are you getting the nutrients you need? Are you being malnourished? And only you know this. Only you can answer this. And only you can be honest with yourself about what you're doing when it comes to that. But keep us posted either way, Tommy. I want you to take care of yourself. It's important. It's important to me. It's important for you. And I'm sure other people are rooting for you as well to continue taking care of yourself. I'm proud of you for losing that weight. I'm proud of you for keeping it off. But you also have to thread that gray area of, hey, am I pushing it too far? Please keep us posted, Tommy. Thank you for sharing with us. Gion is saying it's 10:30 a.m. So for Gion in South Korea, I knew for people who are from other countries outside the West, like Gion, where now Gion and I are only 1 hour apart in time. I know people who I coach in Australia are happy as well because time is a little different. So it's nice to maybe accommodate others since I've always accommodated people out in the West. Tommy, geez, Tommy with a $20 Canadian donation. Tommy, thank you for such a huge donation as you typically always do. Tommy, thank you so much. Tommy with the $20 donation says, no, I overlost 144 pounds at 5'8". I don't regret anything. Weight is gained back really fast. So, right. I mean, even when I look at your stats, 144 at 5'8", right? Like I don't really question much there. You know, if anything, like I said, for you, it's how you feel. And you know, your doctor might say something in particular, but at the same time, your doctor knows what your blood results look like. Your doctor knows how you've been feeling, I'm sure. And that's the question you continue asking yourself too. Is your energy good? Do you feel healthy, right? Like, do you feel like you can live your life normally? Do you feel like with the way you eat, it's in control? Again, I mean, to me, it sounds like you're good. You said it yourself. You don't regret anything. As long as you're telling me, Tommy, that you're not trying to break yourself down to 125 or 115, I don't see anything inherently wrong with where you're at. So please keep us posted. But Tommy, thank you for the huge donation. Thank you for your continued support as always. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Tommy. And thank you for sharing this again with us. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing with us. Okay, let me scroll down here. Deja says Jerome in the new place looking fly. The place is nice. I like the place. It's in a really nice part of the area here in the Philippines, and pretty happy with it so far. Yeah, it's 5:35 in Seattle. So see, the time's not so bad. It works for me. It works for Lori, right? Margaret says, I like your new place. Thank you, Margaret. Can we get a tour? I don't know if I'm going to do a tour per se. I still have like boxes and just a bunch of random stuff everywhere. So maybe not just yet. Maybe in the future, I'll think about it. But I mean, at least you can see where my bed is and where the kitchen is at. It's a very small place, but you've all known this about me before. When you saw my apartment in Chicago, I lived in a very small studio as well. I didn't have the bed facing me, but with the way the setup is, this works out just fine. So the only thing that I have to do now every time I live stream is I have to make sure that my bed is made. Okay, so let me scroll down here. Andrew, we've missed you too. I mean, I think we've all missed each other and the community that we've built. So I know you're not alone in that. Lori says, honestly, I put on a few pounds, but getting back on the horse. I'm glad you have, Lori. It makes me wonder. So when you say I put on a few pounds, I mean, was it because the accountability wasn't there? Because maybe you weren't updating as much? And here's the thing too. I know I had planned to put videos out in between that time, planned to put posts up. And like I said, life just happened and things kind of got really messy with me. My other client, I have had to make sure that I am on top of my game for them and doing the work I need to do for them. So I've just been juggling a lot. I really want to make sure I come back here and do this on a more regular basis, and they will. I will make sure we will be live streaming regularly at this point. Maybe not every day, but still at a regular cadence. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you, writer family. You got a lot going on. Be kind to yourself. I appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Peaceful One. Still looking slim. I mean, right now I'm very bloated. I mean, I can't even tell you all the food I ate yesterday, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Um, yeah, writer family says the cure is eating your regular food. You must cook. I agree. You must uh, you must eat your usual fast food. You must. I'm not sure what you meant there. Whatever your body recognizes will make it all pass. Either way, I for me, I think the big takeaway is I need to get back on a regular routine. I need to get back into my regular eating routine. And this is a really good example for anyone watching right now. As I go through my slides, as I go through my journey, is hey, this shit is going to happen. You are going to get thrown off. You might go on vacation for a week and a half. You might have a very hard time getting back on track. But look at what I've done. Even for me, as it's been difficult for me, I have put other pieces into place. Still go for my walk, still hit a timer, still go to the gym and lift weights. A lot of these things I will still do for myself because I know that that's the minimal amount that I can do. And doing something like being accountable here on this live stream, the accountability piece has taught me that if I'm feeling like I'm straying way too far, all I need to do is set up a live stream, talk about it, be honest about it, and I'll find myself getting back on track. And it really helped me from eating this morning because, like I said, when I woke up this morning, because I ate a lot last night, I ate a lot of snacks last night. And when I woke up this morning, I was like, I don't even want to live stream. I wish I could just walk, grab some coffee, eat a silog, which is like a traditional Filipino breakfast here, and wait till tomorrow. And I told myself, I can't keep pushing this off. I need to get back on track. So even if I do eat today, because I have family asking me what I'm doing today as well. And like I said, even if I eat today, then I'll push it to like an OMAD. I'll wait till later and maybe I can make better choices. Who knows? Maybe I'll start counting calories again, and but I need to find myself in a good routine. I need to work all of my weight loss levers. Remember, this is not just about fasting. It can be. Fasting can be a huge part of your journey, but it doesn't have to be the only part that matters. You have to work all of your weight loss levers. Cap Rising, I appreciate you sharing this. I'm sure this isn't easy to share. Um, and you know what? Even as Cap Rising says this, it makes me wonder for others who are here right now. How many of you feel similar? How many of you are in this position? Cap Rising says, I haven't done anything correctly since your last live. I don't have travel slash jet lag as an excuse, but we're all back together now and the journey continues. And Cav Rising, I'm so proud of you for sharing this because I know it isn't an easy thing to share. You also realize, I'm guessing, how important accountability probably is for you, because you know that if left to your own devices, that sometimes things can get out of hand. And I'm not saying that you need me or the community all day, every day, but I think at the end of the day, you do realize that accountability is important. That if there's nothing to strive for in that way, even for me, right? This is why accountability is so important, because I just said I woke up this morning and I was like, ah, maybe I can just go get coffee and breakfast and I can wait till tomorrow. And I told myself no. When I woke up this morning, after I weighed myself, I said, okay, now get on the computer and book the live stream before you go for your walk. And that's exactly what I did. That's how important accountability is for me. But like Cap Rising says, we're all back together now. The journey continues. Cap Rising, thank you for sharing that with us. Again, I know that isn't easy to share. I appreciate you being so honest. I'm sure we'll catch up as well. So thank you again, Cap Rising. Did somebody just donate? Dan Tana with a $10 donation. Dan, we're no longer neighbors. Dan is from Chicago, and now how far is Manila from Chicago? 6,000 miles. Dan says, what's up, Jay? I've changed my eating a little bit. I'm now only eating foods that are native to North America. Since I'm Muscogee American Indian, I feel a lot better too. Great stream, bro. Dan, first of all, thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate that. I'm curious. So when you're talking about the foods that you're eating, right? Can you share with us like what that looks like? I might not be able to talk about it right now on here, but I'm just curious. Like, is it mostly just whole foods, like clean foods in that way? Either way, right? Regardless, I love the fact that you are working on the diet part. You are working on yourself. You're getting your shit together. Dan, thank you for the $10 donation. I will be reading comments later after this or chat after this. So keep me posted. Dan, thanks again. Thank you so much for your continued support. It's weird because I know Dan's from Chicago and I know, I don't know, it's weird saying that I'm here in the Philippines and I'm not here on vacation. I'm living here now. um, Writer family says, tell your favorite Tita what's going on, and she'll tell everyone else, and you'll get support. Filipinos are tribal. That's very true. They'll take good care of you and support you. That's very, very true, writer family. Um, okay, I'm scrolling up because I think I might have missed a couple things here, but just to uh, Peace to all says, Jerome, it'll take time to settle in. It's a huge change. Like you tell us, give yourself grace. We can do hard things. Well said. I mean, I know I've said that, but it's a reminder for me as well. We can do hard things. We can be uncomfortable. Sometimes we have to face discomfort. I didn't want to stream today. I wanted to just have another day of eating pretty shitty, but I knew it had to end sooner or later. And so, right, I can do hard things. I didn't want to stream. I didn't want to feel uncomfortable. I don't want to feel uncomfortable standing up here later for fit check, but I know I have to do it. So it's very well said. Peace to all. Thank you for sharing. Happy Bunny says, I did my longest fast this week. 43 hours. Happy Bunny. Congratulations. I've been doing light walks. I've tried Pilates 2 times. It's been tough, but I kept going and stopped starting over. I'm trusting the process. Happy Bunny, that makes me so happy to hear. Congrats on your 43-hour fast. How was that for you? Did it feel easy? Did it feel difficult? Do you feel like you've really been building that fasting muscle? For those who are unaware, Happy Bunny, when Happy Bunny first came here, I mean, even 43 hours was not something Happy Bunny was even, my guess, if I remember correctly, was ever considering. So for you to say things like, hey, I've stopped starting over. I'm trusting the process. I'm just going to keep pushing. I'm just going to do what I need to do. I love that for you, Happy Bunny. Thank you for sharing with us. I love hearing the success. I love hearing success even while I was gone because Happy Bunny knew it's like, okay, I can still do these things. I can still do what I need to do. I can still work on more than just fasting. So I love that for you. Please keep us posted as always. Thank you for sharing, Happy Bunny. Thanks, Deja. Deja says, give yourself grace. Thank you all. You guys are so, I appreciate you all so much. I know you'll bounce back. I know I will too. I am a little scared because of just, there's a lot of big changes, but yeah, you're right. So many new life adjustments. You've been on top of it for so long. We missed you and we're all here for you and each other. And you're absolutely right. You got this. Thank you so much, Deja. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Um, Oh yeah, air fryer. That's a good idea too. I'll have to remember that. Get the Wonder Oven. It's a mini oven to bake, air fry, broil, toast, reheat, and roast. I use it multiple times a day. It's my best purchase I've literally ever made. Can I buy this in Manila? I'll have to look. Rare Family says garlic rice, my favorite Filipino breakfast. That's what I had no, I had it yesterday for lunch. I've had so much garlic rice. I can't even, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Um, Peace to All says, I finally made it to 140 yesterday. Congrats, Peace to All. Started at 170 last August, so it's a 30-pound weight loss. It's been quite a journey. I love that for you, Peace to All. Congrats to you on still pushing forward despite, right, us taking a break or me taking a break. I love that I love that you've just continued working on yourself. So you're at 140 now. And is this your goal weight wise? Are you pretty much on maintenance at this point? Keep me posted. I'm just wondering. So, and if you are, what is the plan moving forward? I might not be able to read it today or read it live, but I'll probably read it later when I'm going through chat. Congrats, Peace to All. I love that. I love that. Kirsty, happy belated. Happy belated. Monday was my birthday. I intentionally celebrated and I just started my timer for a 5-day fast before Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, that's right. Thanksgiving is next week. I haven't even thought about Thanksgiving at this point. Kirsty, happy belated birthday. Keep us posted on your 5-day. And remember, even if you don't make it to 5 days, if it's 3 days, if it's 2 days, even if it's a 22-hour fast, you know how this works. You'll hit your timer, you'll get right back at it, and you'll go again. Maybe the refeed will be cleaner. Maybe you'll take advantage of the calories you've eaten and get a longer walk in or do some strength training, but keep us posted either way. Thanks for sharing with us. Um, Malungai Mark says, will you be daily live streaming again? I don't think I'll be doing it daily, but I'll be doing it regularly. My guess is at least 3 or 4 times a week because I still have my Wednesday evening live streams, which I know a lot of people who are on my Wednesday autophagy streams. I got a lot of the emails, a lot of people asking me about if we're having one tonight. We won't be having one tonight because of this, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be filling your spreadsheet out. If anything, maybe we can kind of just talk over the last 2 weeks on our next Wednesday, but I need to get to that point. Right now, I just want to make sure I get started with what I'm doing and then figure out my next steps here. But Mark, we'll figure this out. I might not do dailies, but I might do back-to-back days of live streaming. It just depends. It just depends. Writer Family says, please make videos for us on your walks. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Shauna says, 25 hours into my 117th consecutive fast. Shauna, I love that you have just been pushing. I love the imperfect consistency. 232 days into my journey since April 1st. Congrats, Shauna, on just working on yourself every single day. You have different you have different glasses again. I mean, these are the same glasses actually, Shauna. I have the same. These are actually the same pair. They're just different colors. So I mean, we can do the second half like this if you want. Let me scroll down here. Actually, this is a really good point too. So Lori says it's fall weather here in Seattle. I tend to gain a bit of weight this time of the year in chilly weather, but I'm determined to keep my weight down over the winter. This is actually this is something I talked about previously. This is a very difficult thing for people who live in colder weather. I do not live in colder weather. Actually, what is the weather right now? It is currently 86 in Manila. The high is 90. It's going to rain at around 1 p.m. I get to wear shorts again, but this is the hard thing about fall and winter is when colder weather happens, our habits don't change. We might not be as active because it's colder and you don't want to be outside, but the eating doesn't change. The eating stays the same. And in fact, sometimes the eating actually increases because you're home more, maybe you're bored, maybe you're eating out of stress or comfort. The holidays are coming. So it's a really tough time for many people, myself included. Um, and I'm sure many people who are here are facing that as well. This is something that we'll talk about as the days go by, especially with Thanksgiving coming. So um, it's a good point. Passing my way to Jen. It's nice to see you. Miss you as well. Thanks for being here. Uh, Frau, did I say that right? Frau says, "Hi, Jerome. I've been doing 47 hours for 2 months. Now I start losing my hair. What should I do?" So, Frau, this is not an issue for me. Other people, I'm sure, can share maybe their results. But if you're losing your hair, maybe it's not time to do 47-hour fasts. Maybe it's time to find supplements to help why you might be having a nutrient deficiency in that way. I can't share that. I mean, I have my own issues with hair. I'm thinning. I'm losing my hair as well. It's not something that, but I've been like this since I was in my 20s. Um, I I know that most people are like, Jerome, you don't have issues, but I do. I mean, I literally do. But this wasn't because I was fasting. I've had this issue since I was in my 20s. I think it's just I'm getting older at this point. But um, it's not a fasting issue for me. Hopefully, other people in chat can share what they have done or what has been helpful for them. I wish I could give you more info, but I don't. I don't have that info. So please, if anybody um, has any info they can share with Frau, please feel free to do so. Thank you for the question, though. Thanks, Kirsty. That's such kind words. Kirsty says, "Thanks for bringing us on your new journey. My daughter lived in Taiwan for 4 years. It was the best experience of her life. You're so brave to take this leap of faith." I mean, I appreciate that too, and it means a lot to me. But my roots. I have roots here. I have family here, so it's not like I'm completely alone. I have friends who visit the Philippines because I have a lot of Filipino friends. So I'm sure when they come, I'll be hanging out with them as well. So it is a big change, but I know I'm not doing it just completely alone either. Elle says, "Will you add a new sheet for the new week on the autophagy spreadsheet?" I will. I'll do that actually after this live stream. So if you don't see it after this live stream, remind me, but I'll make sure that I do that. And if anyone's wondering what the spreadsheet is, these are for people who are in the autophagy group, in the autophagy membership. So I'll definitely be doing that out. Raven says wrestling is on at this time. Don't make me choose. Um, I will be doing other times, but This time will probably be more of a default time, and then some other days of the week will be earlier because what I'll end up doing is I'll probably live stream in the evening here when it is like earlier in the, I think it's the afternoon or the morning. I'll have to double check. I'll have to double check. Okay. Um, Let me scroll down here. Yeah, Elle says, I haven't been fasting much, but I've stayed to my calorie goals this week, which is a win for that time of the month. If you know, you know. I mean, I know. I'm sure other people do too. Maybe not everyone, but I mean, this is a really good example of working with what you've got. Fasting might not be it right now. Other hormonal things might be happening at the moment. So maybe what it means is being really good with the way you eat, keeping your calories in check, or even if you are going to be overeating, that you practice damage control, that you minimize the damage when it comes to how much you're eating in that regard, making better choices, eating low calorie, high volume so you get more satiety. There are a lot of things that you can do. This is something that I need to do as well. I've been eating a lot of high calorie foods, a lot of lechon, a lot of pork, right? Is what I've been eating, a lot of higher fatty like foods, a lot of really dense foods that have just been piling on the calories. So I need to make that shift. I can't remember how much, it's been a while since I've had just a big heaping bowl of vegetables, and I miss that. So I'm going to have to make that happen soon. Yeah, Maggie says, not gonna lie, it's been a rough week without you here. I've been so tempted to break my fast multiple times, and I get that. It's very easy when we don't have places to check in with what we're doing and how we're feeling. So I hope that it feels good that we're doing this again, that we can kind of get back on a regular cadence here, Maggie. Thank you for sharing with us. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down here just to see if there are other people I haven't seen. Um, Ronnie says, I'm doing well, 29 hours into my ADF. I love that, Ronnie. Thank you for sharing. The exercise has been off, average steps down this week. I watched previous videos, even from 5 years ago. I checked in with another faster for accountability. I love that, Ronnie. And this is also another piece of advice. I mean, Ronnie's watching maybe some of my older videos. So if that's helpful for any of you who are watching this, consider that. Maybe consider watching other videos. But even Ronnie says, I checked in with another faster for accountability. Sometimes it's working with other people. It doesn't have to be me exactly. It doesn't have to be this community per se. It can be. I will always recommend it. But sometimes if you have a partner within this, that can be helpful as well. Ronnie, congrats on 29 hours in. Um, and even for you to say the exercise has been off, all that means is, okay, it's time to maybe turn up that dial, right? Turn up that lever and start working on that as well. Thanks for sharing with us, Ronnie. I'm just looking at some of these other comments here. Hi, Sunshine. Welcome. Melly Mel says, I'm still struggling with ADF, but hitting the timer and keeping my eating in check. I love to hear it, Melly Mel. I know it's hard, but it's good to see you still keep accountability where you can. I've been doing really well with exercising this week, and so that's a huge plus. But now my knee is hurting. I hate getting old. I mean, me too. I'm with you there. So, right, like this is when life happens this way for many of us, you have to just keep working with all of your weight loss levers. If fasting isn't it right now, it's your eating. If eating isn't it right now, if eating isn't what you're doing, what you need to do right now, it's the exercise. If it's not the exercise, it's the sleep. If it's not the sleep, it's the mental. But really, all I'm saying is you have to work with all of them. You cannot just neglect everything and just focus on one thing because that is not how you figure this out. That is not how you take advantage or maximize the effort in keeping the weight down. Um, Shauna asks, And actually, this is actually a really, I forgot about this too. Did you get your knee procedure? So, Shauna, to answer your question, I did not. And what ended up happening, for anybody who's wondering here, I was going to get surgery um, 2 days before I flew out to Manila. And when I went to see the surgeon, and the surgeon took a look at my knee, for people who are wondering, I have something called lipoma on my knee, which is like a buildup of fat on my knee. I've had this for over a decade, and it hasn't gotten worse per se. It has gotten a little bigger over time, but not by a lot. And this bit of fat on my knee has to be removed. But when the surgeon saw where it was at, he was like, we can't do it here in I was at the hospital, but like in the clinic part of the hospital, they're like, we have to do this in an operating room. I need to make sure, the lighting's good because this is too close to a tendon. I want to make sure that like this isn't in the way of a tendon. So there was a lot happening there. And then he asked me, he was like, do you walk fine without pain? I was like, yeah, I have no issues when it comes to that. The only time I ever have issues is if I'm kneeling and there's too much pressure on the knee. So, you know, he was like, because I told him I will eventually be back in the States because I have family in the States, I have friends in the States, and right, I'll either be visiting or I don't know yet, right? But he's like, when you come back, just book something. He's like, you've had it for over 10 years. It's not life threatening. You'll be fine. So he's like, come back when you're here for a longer time. But he's like, even when we do it, he's like, I'll cut it open. We'll take it out. He's like, I'll put some glue, which is weird. I don't know anything about surgery. Just FYI, I've never had any surgery in my life. And then he's like, you'll be fine. You should be walking same day, like no issues. But he just wants to make sure though that like I'm not on a plane. I'm not gonna be, like I have some time to kind of heal. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, Shauna. But yeah, okay. Um, so Deja says, no pressure. I know there's so much going on. When will there be another autophagy live stream? Just so I make sure I don't miss it. So Deja, next Wednesday for sure at this time. So when I say Wednesday, I mean Wednesday. It will be every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, which I know won't be Wednesday for me. It'll be Thursday for me. But for people who are part of the autophagy live stream, we will do this on the regular again every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central. Just FYI. I couldn't do it today because I thought about doing that and not doing the public one, but I really wanted to like give everyone an update of where I'm at and take some time. So I felt like this was a good segue into just like getting back into my routine. Um, yeah, that makes sense. Brighter Family says you need to eat something, anything familiar, because I haven't had any of that in a while. Um, okay, so let me see here. Vidya, nice to see you. Thanks. Vidya says, I moved to India from America 11 years ago and it wasn't easy. It still isn't. All the best. Thank you, Vidya. Um, I know things are the transition moving is going to be a little difficult. I know that, but I also know that I don't have to just eat all day. I know that I don't have to eat lechon or garlic fried rice or garlic rice or I don't have to eat halo halo all day. I'm just talking about a lot of foods that are probably not the healthiest Filipino wise. So I know I can still continue to make better choices. Maggie says, I finished a 93-hour fast this afternoon and refueled clean. Currently 6+ hours into my next 90+hour fast. Congrats, Maggie. So you're still doing the thing. You're still pushing it. I love that for you. Keep us posted. I love that. I love that. And, that's the thing too. For anybody who's on our Wednesday live streams, take a look at the spreadsheet. We might not be going over everything on that spreadsheet today because we're not doing an autophagy live stream, but take a look and see how others are doing. Take a look at their progress. Comment on it. let people know, hey, I see this. And also, please don't think that just because we're not going over it doesn't mean that it wasn't worth it. Wasn't mean that you didn't put the work in, because it absolutely matters. It's another week of progress. It's another week of getting into good habits. It's another week of reinforcing those good habits. Okay, I'm scrolling down here. I'm just going to see if there's anybody that I might have missed. Hello, Space Boy says, thanks for the gifted sub. Um, L, thank you again for that. I just started my fasting journey at the beginning of the month. Thanks for sharing, Hello, Space Boy. So, what does your journey look like? Are you doing OMAD? Are you doing like a flexible type thing? I'm just asking so you can share and I'll read it in the comments later. Just, I like to know how others are doing. So, I usually will ask questions like that. Um, Margaret says, do they celebrate Thanksgiving in the Philippines? You know what? I'm going to have to ask my cousin because actually I'm not sure. I don't remember. They do celebrate Christmas for sure. In the Philippines, starting in September, literally Christmas everywhere. Everywhere I walk around, there's Christmas stuff everywhere. Everywhere. It's like the longest Christmas. There are lights everywhere. Thanksgiving, I'm not so sure about. I'll have to double check. JD says, I've been prioritizing protein, eating fewer carbs, intermittent fasting, and getting more exercise. See, this is JD working on multiple weight loss levers. Prioritizing protein, right? Thinking about the diet, eating fewer carbs, fasting, intermittent fasting, and not just talking about fasting for multiple days, but even just something like intermittent fasting, getting more exercise. I've dropped roughly 90 pounds in the past year. I still have about 60 pounds to lose. I love that for you, JD. Thank you for sharing with us. Congrats on all your success. I look forward to hearing you tell me when you hit 100 pounds down. When you get to 60 pounds, when you get that additional 60 pounds, please keep us posted, JD. I see people sharing their uh, experience with hair loss. So thank you for sharing and helping other people out here. Hi, Eric. Nice to see you. What a great surprise. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Eric says here, yesterday I broke my 65-hour fast with a bigger refeed than I wanted. Had some carbs I didn't plan on eating originally, but I did some exercises to try to use up those sugars. 28,000 steps. Well, first of all, when you're walking 28,000 steps, I mean, you put those carbs to use. You absolutely did. So I wouldn't even worry about that. Plus, you did some other exercises there. Congrats on the 65-hour fast, Eric. I mean, it looks like you're continuing to do what you need to do. I love that for you. Papa Lou, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Uh, Novi, am I saying this right? Novi, you lose much kg. I lost 30. Hold on. Sorry, kg is not my normal. I lost 36.3 kg in less than 5 months, Novi. And I've kept it off now for 5 months. I've lost more weight since then, although I've gained some weight back since I recently moved to the Philippines. So I need to work my way back down at that point. Papa Lou says, Mabuhay. Okay, you also have to remember, I'm still very in terms of speaking Tagalog. I'm still very new at it. I'm good at the listening part. I can understand it, but mabuhay ka kabayang Jerome. Welcome to the Philippines. Papa Lou, thank you. Thank you for the welcome. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, I think we're pretty much down here now. So passing my way to Jen says, I've been doing ADF since Thursday last week. It's been good. Not losing as much as a 72, but it's been easier to stick to. And that is the name of the game for many people. Yes, doing long fasts will obviously net you really quick results. You will get that weight to drop quickly. You will lose body fat. But is it something that you can do forever? Is it something that you can do over and over and over? Maybe yes, but for many people, it might not be as easy. Sometimes when people say, Jerome, I want to do what you do, you want to do 90-hour fast for 5 months? That's not for everyone. I averaged about a 93-hour fast for the first 5 months of my journey, and I know that's not for everyone. But that's why I think it's really important to flexibly fast. Sometimes a long one, sometimes a shorter one. And when you do a shorter fast, then it's time to work on other weight loss levers so that you can balance things out so that it can be something that you can do for the long term. So fasting my way to Jen says, I'm 10 pounds down, trusting the process. I'm 282. Goal is 135. Keep us posted, fasting my way to Jen. Congrats on what you've been doing. And remember, just like I said, right? Not 10 pounds since Thursday, but this month. Thank you for clarifying. I'm 182 and goal is 135. There we go. So I appreciate the clarification there. And I mean, this is something that's really important as well, is when you are working on this journey, right? When you are doing this, you have to trust the process. You're not going to be the best. There are days where you're going to get thrown off. I mean, literally, I got a message from my family about how, hey, they're going to see my Tito this Sunday and asked if I want to go. I'm like, of course I want to go. I haven't seen him since I was here in February. So I'm going to go see my Tito on Sunday. And then I'm probably going to be eating that day. And now I'm going to have to figure out, okay, how can I plan this, right? I might not eat the cleanest, but I got to roll with it. Things are going to come up. Life is going to happen. And I want to make sure that I can control it the best way that I can. So let's get into the nerd stats. I've pretty much caught up with chat here. And I want to kind of go through where I have been since the last time we spoke, since the last time I live streamed. Today is Thursday, November 20th. Yes, I know. Many people that follow me are from the States. So I know that it is probably Wednesday, November 19th for you. But for me, it is Thursday, November 20th. Today is day 746 of my journey. Has it been a perfect 746 days? No, it hasn't. You just heard me tell you about me moving, me eating pretty shitty, me not getting enough sleep. But it doesn't mean that I'm about to start over. It doesn't mean that I'm about to say, hey, today is day one. Hey, you know what? I just got to the Philippines. Let's start over. No, because that would be ridiculous. I'd be standing up here showing you that I'm 100 and whatever pounds I'm at right now. And it's like, no, my journey is going to take me through a very long process. And throughout that journey, I will learn about myself. I will continue to grow. I will continue to have hard moments. I will continue to fuck up. I will continue to have amazing success. But it will never just be this linear, perfect type of journey. In the last 2+ years, I have been able to lose 80 pounds and keep it off now for 2 years. But even during that time, the weight will swing up and down. Now, there's a lot here, and I'm going to try to share what I can. In the last 8 days, everyone, in the last 8 days, in the last week plus, a lot has happened because I had moved out of the US. I'm living in the Philippines right now. And on day one, this was 2 days before I flew out, I finished a 44-hour fast. I had friends take me out to dinner before I flew out of the country. We went to an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue place. I think I had weighed at somewhere around 137 pounds then, but I'll share that in a minute. And after I did that, on day 2, I fasted all day. This was the day before I left the US. I fasted all day as I packed and finalized my move. I only slept for an hour. Things were so crazy. I had trouble sleeping. I also had to be up at 3 in the morning because I had to get to the airport at, I think, 3:30 or 3:40. No, I had to get to the airport by 4 at the latest. But I left at 3:30. I only slept for an hour. There was a family dinner, but I didn't eat. And that was me really trying to work on the fasting part. I knew that I had all you can eat Korean barbecue the day before. And even though my family had a dinner before I left, I said, I'm not going to eat today. I'm going to fast. I wanted to eat. There was a lot of good food, but I really told myself these next couple days are even going to be rougher. So try to fast if you can. And luckily, I was able to do so. Now, I slept like shit. And on the day that I left, I ended up still fasting for 34 or 31 hours. I did end up breaking at the airport. I took a flight from Chicago to San Francisco. That was the first leg of the flight. I had a 4-hour layover, and then I had a 15-hour flight to Manila. And then I wrote there, I ate a ton. So I'm going to share this. When I broke my 31-hour fast, I broke it at O'Hare Airport with like 2 protein bars, and then 2 protein bars ended up becoming whatever snacks they had on the airplane. And then when I got to San Francisco, I just started eating. I ate a salad. I ate some hard boiled eggs. I ate some grilled chicken that was there. There was a lot of healthy food. I ate a fruit cup, but I ate other shitty food later on. I ended up getting like a bag of Gardettos and eating a bunch of rye chips and pretzels, and I can't remember what else. A bunch of other shitty food. On the flight to Manila, I ate whatever they gave me. When it was time for dinner service, I ate it. It was really awful food too, but I ate it anyway. I ate the little brownie cheesecakes they gave me. I was gonna say I drank beer, but I didn't. I actually was okay there. Um, and then when I got off the airplane when I got to Manila, I ended up getting dinner and I drank beer. I ended up having some Filipino food, drank beer. I ended up walking to a 7-Eleven after, grabbing a bunch of snacks, and I called it a night. Um, so things have been a little crazy. Uh, the next day, I had a 12-hour fast. I had lunch with my family, and then I fasted after that. Now, this was different. I had lunch with my family, and then I hit my timer right after. I said, you can fast. You don't have to eat right now. I ended up pushing a 29-hour fast. I broke for dinner with family. I went out for drinks. I drank way too much. I got a little drunk that night. And then I had to end up eating again the next day. I broke for lunch with family, ate a ton last night. This was last night. Ate a bunch of just snacks. And then today, day 8, I'm trying to get back into a routine. My average fast over the last 8 days has only been 25 hours, 25 and a half hours. My average refeed, about 7.5 hours. So with where I'm at right now, a lot has changed. I am no longer in a place where I can cook my normal food. I don't have an oven. I know a lot of people were talking about getting an air fryer, so I will now look into that. I'm in a different country. I don't have the same access to some of the foods I normally eat, so I'll be looking for different foods at the same time. I really don't think I'm going to find the turkey Italian sausage I used to eat. I don't think I'm going to find the fresh Brussels sprouts I used to find, but that's okay. It's going to be a different process. I'm going to work with what I've got. But just to see how a lot of this has thrown me off in the last 8 days, as we look at where my weight has gone. On day 1, which was 2 days before I left the States, when my friends took me out to all you can eat, I was 137.2. And then I went to 142. And then I flew out the next morning at, like I said, I left at 3:30 or something in the morning. So I didn't weigh myself that day. I slept for 1 hour. And then the day after that, I was on an airplane. So I didn't weigh then. The day after that, I think I was already here in Manila. but I didn't weigh. Why? I could have, but I didn't. I just didn't. I eventually stepped on the scale at 141.6. The day after that, which was yesterday, I didn't weigh. And then this morning, I weighed in at 144. So it's not the worst. It's really interesting because I also have a different scale. So I have no idea how accurate that scale is. I just have my little portable scale that I took with me. But I know I've been eating pretty shitty. I know I've been eating a lot of shittier foods or not as healthy foods. And this is also when I saw the number on the scale be 144, I'm like, oh, that's not awful, right? I was down to 135.6, I believe. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm not even up 10 pounds. But I also told myself, Jerome, it doesn't matter what the number on the scale says. You just had a DEXA scan done. You just got your body fat percentage done. You know what your lean mass looks like. What does it matter what the scale says? If you put on extra fat, you got to get that fat off. You got to get more muscle on you, get back to the gym. Make sure that you're putting yourself at a caloric deficit because ultimately I came to the point where I was like, yeah, what does it matter what the scale says? I want to make sure my clothes fit good. I want to make sure the small clothes I wear continue to stay small on me. A lot of those things are important. So when I talk about the last 8 days and talk about working on all my weight loss levers, here are what my steps look like and my lifting sessions. Some days I haven't been putting 15,000 steps in. I haven't had a 15,000 step day. Well, only once on day 5. So my steps are down, but I'm still lifting where I can. The day before I canceled my membership at Planet Fitness, I lifted that day on day 2. And Jesus, Eric, oh my God. Eric, that's ridiculous. Eric just donated $100 Australian. Eric with the gigantic donation. Eric, thank you so much for your continued support. Jesus, Eric, a few extra pesos to buy some of those expensive frozen Brussels sprouts. Eric, thank you so much until you can find your next favorite veg. Eric, thank you for the huge donation. Thank you for your continued support as always. And definitely, I will probably be buying some of those frozen uh, Brussels sprouts. Eric, thank you so much for the gigantic donation. And you know, it's so interesting because over the last couple of days, I've been looking to see who's been commenting, and Eric has been insane. Eric has been watching, just like somebody had mentioned, they were watching some of my older videos. I think in the 8 or 9 days I haven't been posting or live streaming, Eric has literally been going through my collection of videos and has just been showing his accountability, commenting on everything. And so, Eric, I appreciate your support. I mean, even for you to just watch my older content as well. But Eric, thank you so much for the gigantic donation. I mean, Eric has given these huge donations before. So just thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Eric. Thanks again. And yes, I will be buying some of those frozen Brussels sprouts. Thank you again, Eric. Thank you again. Okay, so to get back into the last 8 days. So, like I said, it isn't just about fasting, right? Even though I haven't had a ton, still made sure to go get my steps in, to still lift at the gym. And even though I haven't been able to get 15,000 steps in like I normally do, I'm getting my steps in where I can. Currently, right now, I'm about 8,000 steps in. It's only 10:50 in the morning. So hopefully I'll get closer to 10,000. Hopefully I'll surpass that. Maybe I'll get 15,000 today. Although I will say the one thing I'm trying to avoid is not walking a lot when it's like 1 p.m. because it's so hot and the sun is so strong. But I do know that I need to pick something up today. So I'll probably be walking in that hot sun, but that's okay. I got to get my steps in and I'll try to minimize it in that way. But I show all of this, right? Like even today, if you look, I've walked 8,000 steps. I didn't even want to live stream today, but because I told myself just do it, it forced me to not hit my timer, but it forced me to skip breakfast. It forced me to go for a walk. It forced me to say, hey, you went for a walk, might as well go to the gym and lift as well. And so I did that as well. And that's kind of where I've been for the last 8 days. That's where this is what I've been doing. This is how I've been feeling. And maybe I can share a little of that later, but that's pretty much all I have as far as nerd stats. I just wanted to give you an update of where I've been for the last week plus. Um, so with that being said, we're gonna go and do fit check. I really don't want to do fit check. I'm also wearing a white shirt on purpose. On purpose. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. Um, I don't know if I caught something, but I'm a little, without being too gross, I'm a little phlegmy. So maybe I caught a little something. I'm not sick per se. I just my throat gets a little dry. But fit check. Fit check is where I'm going to stand back here right now and I'm going to show you what I look like physically. Um, I'm not looking forward to fit check today because I've been eating a lot. Yesterday, I had family give me a little gift basket, and the gift basket was so sweet. It was a bunch of snacks. That was the gift basket. It was a bunch of snacks. It was like crackers and shrimp chips and corn nuts and a bunch of Filipino desserts, hopia, and just a ton of stuff. So much stuff. And the problem with that is when I got those snacks yesterday, I ended up eating 80% of them. I think there were like 15, 18 different things. I am like looking at it now. I think there's only 5 or 6 things left there. I ate so much of that. I'm so bloated because it was just a bunch of non nutrient dense foods. I love that my family gave that to me, but at the same time, I'm just like, I didn't have to eat all of that, but I did. I did. Miss Peaceful One with a $10 super chat. Miss Peaceful One, thank you for your continued support as always. Miss Peaceful One with the $10 super chat says, "Hi Jerome, you've been missed. I love your hair like that." Thanks, Miss Peaceful One. I appreciate the compliment. You've been missed as well. I mean, maybe I forgot to say it. I've missed all of you. It's one of the reasons I love doing this because I really do appreciate this community. I appreciate people sharing their journey. I appreciate knowing that I'm not alone in what I'm doing. So it is very important for me as well. And I've missed all of you as well. I'm doing my best to find my groove, averaging 15-hour fasts, aiming to fast Friday through Sunday. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I look forward to catching up to you, Brand, or to you, Miss Peaceful One, to everyone here. I look forward to seeing how everyone's doing, how everyone's been feeling. It's really interesting because I've said this before, but I look at many of you as close friends of mine. It is something that I've lost along the way, especially when I gained all the weight and I disappeared from YouTube, but I also disappeared from a lot of my family and a lot of friends. And a lot of those people don't talk to me because of that. And it was nothing against them. And I've shared this many times, but I understand why people got upset. And so I know that many of us who talk to each other here, even though we might have never, or even though we've never seen each other in real life in this way, I consider many of you friends of mine. I mean, it does mean a lot to have this community. It really does. And so that's why I always tell people, like, if you find this important, show up, share. I mean, I don't sit here for the last hour and a half and answer questions because it's something that I just have to do. I answer questions and I read chat and I ask questions because I genuinely care. I want to see us find success. Remember, the goal is the same, is to be happy and healthy. So, Miss Peaceful One, please keep us posted on your journey. Keep us posted on what you're doing. I'm looking forward to hearing about where you're at and how things are going. I mean, I remember on our last Wednesday autophagy live stream, I know there's quite a bit going on. So you'll have to keep us posted. I'm sure I'll read about things too as I look at the spreadsheet. So this peaceful one, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate your support as always. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, fit check. Fit check's where I stand back here and I show you what I look like, whether I'm feeling lean or whether I'm feeling bloated. Today, I feel quite a bit bloated. I am up about, I would say, 8 to 10 pounds. And of course, it's not 8 to 10 pounds of fat. In the last 8 or 9 days, I didn't gain 8, 9 pounds of fat, 10 pounds of fat. I didn't. I know that for sure. But I know that I have been eating pretty bad. I know that I have been eating a lot of non nutrient dense foods. I have not been prioritizing protein. I have been overeating. So I know I've put on some fat and I know it's going to take time again to really lean out, get the bloat off of me, and find my way back into a proper routine. And that's what I'm doing right now. Now, these fit checks, I stand back there whether I feel lean or bloated because this is a way to remind me that, Jerome, if you're going to be doing these live streams, you're not going to want to be standing there feeling bloated every single time. And this is a really good, encouraging way for me to stay on track and keep myself fasted today. I even told my family, I was like, listen, if we go out today, I'm drinking coffee or I'll have a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero or whatever, right? Because I don't want to just cave in. They know I fast. I've shared that with them. I haven't shared that I fast for 3 or 4 days with everyone, but maybe they'll figure that out sooner or later. And even with that being said, I don't even fast for that long anymore. But FitCheck is going to help me stay accountable. And so for many of you, think about that. What keeps you accountable? What things help you to stay on track? Is it being accountable in this way? Is it being accountable by taking a picture of yourself, by doing your own fit check? Is it being accountable by sharing on the live streams how you're doing? You have to find what that looks like for you. If you want success doing this, you have to work at all of your weight loss levers, but you also have to hack the system. And by hacking the system, I mean finding ways to be extra accountable, finding ways to encourage yourself, motivate yourself, finding ways to make this last, finding a proper routine. I have been overweight my entire life. As a child, in my younger years, in my kindergarten photo, which people have thrown up here as the fit check emoji, in my adolescent years, in my cringy teenage years, in my 20s, in my 30s, and even in my 40s. I have not just been overweight, but I have been obese. I have been morbidly obese. Now, I show all of those pictures so that you understand that this isn't something, me being morbidly obese isn't something that's been recent. This has been a part of my life for pretty much forever. Now, I share those photos so you understand that I have now lost that weight and kept it off for almost or for over 2 years now. Not through medication, not through something like GLP-1, not through Ozempic or Wegovy or anything like that, not through weight loss surgery, not through TRT or HRT or any kind of hormone replacement therapy, but I've been able to do this naturally through fasting and other good habits, good healthy habits. Now, it doesn't mean that medication isn't for you. It doesn't mean that GLP or weight loss surgery isn't for you. TRT, HRT isn't for you. I'm not saying that. You have to do what works for you. You have to do what you think is best to keep yourself happy and healthy. But I share this so that for any of you who are maybe on the fence of doing something like this, that maybe what you need right now is accountability. What you need right now is to work on your good, healthy habits. And if that's the case, if that is what is going to help you, maybe you can go that route first before you do something like medication or GLP-1 or weight loss surgery or hormone replacement therapy. So, okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do fit check. I have my AirPods in so I can at least just share with you all what I look like physically. So currently I am wearing a boys extra large shirt. I used to wear an extra large or double extra large adult shirt. And while those adult shirts don't seem as big, I'm also very short. I'm 5'3" and that's why I wear boys' clothes. And luckily, even after 8 days of eating pretty shitty, I can still fit into these clothes and feel pretty good about it. I don't feel the best about it. Here's a side shot right now. These shorts are also boys' shorts. I've had these shorts boxed away pretty much for the entire month or for the entire season of fall, but I get to wear them again. I walked with these shorts this morning. Actually, I lifted because it's 90 degrees here in Manila. So front shot, right, side shot. This is the rear shot, side. And this is pretty much where I'm at, but I see this bloat, right? This is a combination of loose skin here. Like if I'm trying to extend my stomach, like I can extend the stomach. Well, I guess I can't extend it as I used to, but this is pretty much loose skin, probably excess belly fat. It isn't it isn't the prettiest, but it's where I'm at. I know I'm bloated, but I lift weights to take advantage of the calories that I eat. Um, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm at today. Um, that's pretty much fit check, I think. Right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I add in here. Now, I have these extra small shirts that are way tighter and I can't fit into those right now. I mean, I can, but they look pretty bad. And so I want to get back into this place where I can fit into those shirts again. But in the meantime, I'll just wear these extra large boy shirts until I can fit into the extra small shirts later on. So, with that being said, um, I will do Q&A. This is the part of the live stream where I'll answer any questions. Even if it's not a question and you want to just bring something up, please feel free to do it. I'll throw it up here on the screen if we have time. In the meantime, for any of you who might be looking for additional help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, you can go to finallyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. Now, right now, there isn't a lot of availability because I haven't figured out a time frame that works for me just yet. But there is availability for maybe some people. So if you're looking for additional help, though, you can check that out. We can talk one-on-one. We can put a game plan and a strategy together. I can hold you accountable. Like I said earlier, if accountability is something that's important to you, maybe it's something like booking a session where we can have a conversation. I can work as an accountability coach, but I like to tell people I work more as an accountability partner. So if that's something you're interested in, finallyfasting.com for that. For any, sorry, I'm trying to like transition here. It's been a week. Give me some time to get back into my routine. For anybody else that wants to support me in a different way, if you go to the link in the description of this live stream, you can find a link that can bring you to be part of the Finally Fasting fam. It is a membership on YouTube. It's just a way to support me. If you do join, you can get a different color on your name in these live chats. You get a little icon next to your name as well. You get to use custom emoji. And if you join, you'll get your name on the intros of these live streams, which, yes, I know, I'm so sorry, I have not updated that. And if you join the higher tier group, you can join our Wednesday live streams where we have an accountability live stream or an accountability group coaching session where other people will show up on camera. We will share a group spreadsheet where everybody shares their goals. It has turned into something that I couldn't even imagine. It's a lot bigger than it used to be. So many people are so supportive. I'm very thankful that we have something like that. So if that's something you're interested in, take a look at the link in the description of this live stream to be part of that. Okay, questions? I will check here to see if anybody has any. Ashna, nice to see you. Welcome. Ashna says, today is a fast day, breaking tomorrow night. Ashna, you and I, today's a fasting day for me as well. So I usually say today's a non-negotiable day, but I really should say that, but there is a chance that I will be going out tonight with family. So if anything, I will make sure it's an OMAD. I know that that sounds quote unquote like an excuse, but I think once my family has like my family that's here, I don't have a lot of family here. It's like, um, it's just like a handful of people that are here. But once I get into my groove, I think they'll understand my fasting routine, and that might be a little easier to explain. And but right now, I know a lot of people still want to like hang out and all that stuff. So I'm giving myself a little grace when it comes to that. But anyway, Ashna, you'll have to keep us posted on your fasting day. Let us know till. Well, I don't know if I'm probably not live streaming tomorrow, but you'll have to keep us posted the next time I do live stream. Okay. Johan says, after all this time, what is your favorite optimal fasting window? Right now, I love doing 42s. Right now, I just enjoy doing alternate day fasts because I get to eat every other day. Fasting every other day is not the hardest thing in the world. But when I talk about eating every other day, it's also because I get to lift every other day. It means that when I do lift, I get to lift very heavy because I have a lot of calories behind me. I have enough energy to do so. So right now, that is my favorite. But if I was trying to lose a ton of weight quickly, I mean, that's why I was doing 90-hour fasts, because it got the weight down quick and I still got to eat whatever I wanted during that time. So hopefully that's helpful, Johan. Randall, nice to see you. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you all. I missed everybody. Hey, Jerome, how's everything going? It's going well. It's 10:04 in the morning. Sorry, it's 10:04 p.m. in New York. It is 11 in the morning here, Randall, in Manila. It's nice to see you, Randall. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully, you'll be able to catch earlier when I was kind of going through my move and all of that. Nice to see you, Randall. Welcome, welcome. Ashna says, my weight is stuck. What should I do? I'm doing OMAD for a long time. Ashna, I mean, the way I look at this is you either fast longer or you clean up your diet. I mean, there's really no other way around this, honestly. For a lot of people who wonder, hey, I've been doing this, this isn't working. Okay, then if it's not working, then sometimes it's about fasting for a longer period of time. And if you can't fast for a longer period of time, if you're like, I can't do that, then it's time to really look at the diet and look at how you're eating. Are you truly eating this much amount of calories? Are you truly not adding additional calories into this or that? And if both of those are correct and you truly are at a calorie deficit and you're fasting for that long and you're still not losing weight, then there might be something else that only a doctor can maybe take a look at and answer. Because I believe that, hey, if you can fast 2-3 days, you will eventually get that weight off. But you're going to have to fast 2-3 days, right? That was me at the same time. I had to fast for 4 days for it to work based on me eating 7,000 calories. So Ashna, the real question is, what does your diet look like? How much are you truly eating? And if that's the case, then maybe it means that you need to push a longer fast. Yes, exercise can be helpful. Strength training will obviously be helpful. But I think the real the real way you're going to get body fat off scale to move down is by either fasting for longer or keeping the calories in check. Hi, Aisha. Nice to see you. Aisha says I'm 11 days fasted. I'm down 2 pounds from yesterday and 32. I don't know what I'm missing here. Aisha, nice to see you though. Congrats on being 11 days in. I love that for you. How long are you planning on going for? Um, I mean, it's amazing to be that far. I just, and right, like Aisha, I know that you're capable of pushing these longer fasts, but, and I say this in the kindest way too, is I would love to also see you do the middle part. You know what I mean? I would love to see you do shorter fasts and kind of like find the rhythm of keeping the calories in check. But I know that's the hard part. I know it is. But I love that you're able to push these long ones. I'm wondering how long you plan on going for and what the plan looks like after that. So please keep us posted, Aisha. It's nice to see you. Welcome. It's nice to see you on here. I was kind of wondering where you were, but I also know that these live streams are at a different time. I'm in a different place, and this kind of came unexpectedly as well. The Fallen says doing rolling 165s with carnivore refeeds. That's quite a feat to do. Found you about 2 weeks ago, and this is really helpful. I'm glad that it is. Thanks for following me. Thanks for the support. Consistency is key. 330 down 32 pounds to 298. Congratulations, The Fallen. Since November 1st, aiming to make it to 200. I know this will work. Much like you a couple of years ago, I made it to 200 and then started eating Satan's number one soldier, honey buns. And so, okay, The Fallen, congrats. Congrats on such amazing work, right? I will say this to you like I say to everyone as well. I encourage you to push hard and do hard things. I want to see you do these 165s, get these carnivore refeeds in, but also remember, if it ends up not being 165 1 week, it's not the end of the world. All you do then is you refeed and you start again, right? You know that. I know that. I know you know that. But also, if you end up breaking and you it's not a pure carnivore refeed, don't beat yourself up about it. Keep it as clean as possible. Hit your timer and go again. If you find yourself having a hard time getting back into another 165, because I know that can be daunting, all that means then is if you need to give yourself some grace, I just want you to remember to hit your timer and go again. Practice imperfect consistency. I'm going to say this because it is really important that you do not look at this as an all or nothing type situation. You and I both know that life will never be perfect forever. I know you can do it, and I want you to do hard things, and I encourage you to push hard if you can healthily do so. Please keep us posted. I'm sure it's also really motivating to see the weight push itself down that quickly. I just want you to find a good balance between the two as well. So keep us posted, The Fallen. Thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate you sharing with us and supporting me as well, watching my content. Thanks again. Eric, there are many people who have done dry fasts and many people who have done them for extended periods of time. So hopefully other people will be able to share their um, experience as well. Uh, Margaret asks, and I see Aisha asking as well. I had to scroll down for it. When will you be live streaming again? Aisha asked the same. When are you live streaming again? So um, here, you know what? I'm going to take a look at my calendar because I'm really going to have to work this out now. Um, and I'm gonna have to like figure out the times because I don't. I guess I can just Google it. But as far as when I'm gonna be live streaming again, so today is Thursday. I know it's Friday, or I know it's Wednesday for people in the states. But my guess is I will not be live streaming tomorrow. I will not be live streaming Thursday to people in the States, but I will be live streaming on Friday to people in the States. And I will probably be live streaming not at this time. I want to switch the times around, I think. Um, Although it's going to also depend on what I have going on that day. But my guess is I will be live streaming. If I live stream at 6 p.m., that's 4 in the morning in Chicago. So maybe I'll live stream Saturday evening. Wait, no, 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 no. I can't do Saturday evening because I want to do it at a different time. So if I live stream Saturday, see, this is tough, everyone. I'm so sorry. If I live stream in the morning, like, I can do that either. This is going to be really tough for me, everyone. Okay. I might not have a choice, huh? Because if I wanted to live stream at 1 p.m. in Chicago, I would have to live stream at 3 in the morning in Manila. Maybe for now, everyone, if I live stream, it'll be on Friday at around the same time. I think that's all I can do currently because I just don't know if I can. Otherwise, I'm going to have to live stream super late at night here, which would then mean I would be live streaming early in the morning in the States, which maybe I can do. It's just going to depend. So it could be either at around 7:30 p.m. Central Time, or it could be early in the morning at like maybe 8 a.m., which I don't think I'm going to be doing because then I'd have to live stream at like 10. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'll live stream on Friday for sure. Friday for sure, I will be live streaming. The time, I'm not exactly sure. My guess is it will probably be around the same time, 7:30 p.m. Central. So I think until I figure that out, that's all I can give you at this point. 6 a.m. would be my normal live streams. Well, yes, at 4 p.m., right? I was thinking more of when I would live stream at 1 p.m. So it's fine. It's, just know that I will be live streaming again on Friday for people in the States. For people who are like Eric in Australia or like me in the Philippines or Juyeon in South Korea, I will be live streaming on Saturday in the morning, just FYI. The Fallen with a $5 super chat. The Fallen, thank you for your support. The Fallen says grace and mercy, brother. The Fallen, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that you heard me out as well. I know that many people I work with sometimes have this all or nothing type mentality. And I see nothing wrong with the all part. I see nothing wrong with pushing hard. I want people to remember that even when times are hard and they're not able to give their all, that they can still show up and still practice imperfect consistency. So the Fallen, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Let me scroll back up here. Hi, Emily. Nice to see you. Emily says, I've been doing rolling fast for 2 weeks, 48 hours, sometimes 24 hours, but recently I'm finding it really hard. I've been doing OMAD every day for the last 3 days. How can I get back into my groove? And so, Emily, you're doing it. You're getting back into your groove by doing OMAD. And I know what's probably going through your head is like, but Jerome, I want to do 48-hour fast. I want you to do 48s. I want you to do that. But maybe right now, OMAD is the answer. The real question is, as you've been doing OMAD, how has your eating been? Have you been able to keep your eating in check? And then the next question after that is, okay, you're doing OMAD. You're eating more calories. Are you working out more? Are you implementing strength training? Are you getting a little extra steps in your day? And while that might not be what you want to do, maybe you're saying to yourself, but Jerome, that's not what I want to do. I want to fast for longer. Then okay, right? You will get to that point. But maybe the difficulty is you're stuck in this habit of eating every day. Usually with ghrelin, right? Like when that urge to eat happens, it's usually psychological instead of an actual physical type hunger. And so you either need to be accountable in a different way. And here's the thing. So sometimes I ask people, if you knew you had to talk to me tomorrow at the same time, if you knew, Emily, that you had to come onto this live stream and let me know if you made it through that fast, would that motivate you? And if the answer to that is yes, then think about your accountability and how important that accountability might be for you, right? Because if it is, then maybe what you need to do is find more accountability in a way that you haven't found it before. If anything, when I live stream on Saturday at probably around this time, let me know. And let me know if you were able to get a 48 in, right? So that for many people is how I tell them how you can get back into your groove. But you're already doing it. You're not giving up completely. You're still doing OMAD, and that's still really important. So please keep us posted. Keep us posted. Okay, so scrolling down here. Deja says, um, dreaded leg day, doing Bulgarian splits. You know what? I haven't even tried those yet. I should try that. RIP, excited to see your journey with your new life where you are. Thanks, Deja. I appreciate that. Have a good week, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for that. I mean, Emily, when it comes to getting back into it, I mean, I have a lot of live streams that I talk about it. I don't think I have anything per se with this. I just tell people, and here's maybe the other piece of information I can tell you, right? Right now, you're doing OMAD, whether that's 22 hours, 23 hours. The one thing I say a lot too is if you can do 23 hours, you can do 24 hours. If you can do 24 hours, you can do 25 hours. If you can do 25 hours, you can do 26, right? You have to build that fasting muscle back. Maybe your body's telling you right now that it's time to take a break. Maybe you're feeling a little burnt out. I mean, you have to really ask yourself why you're not able to push further. Is it because it's late at night? Are you breaking late at night after work and you've gotten into the habit of just eating? That psychological part is getting to you, right? There's a lot of things that it could be, but for most people who are in this situation, it's mostly a psychological thing versus anything else. If you, Emily, were like, I can't roll out of bed, I can't function, right? That's different. Then it's time to break. But if it's none of those things and you're like me and you're fasted and you can still go for a walk and do those things, then I don't see any reason that you would need to break to eat, if that makes sense. Hi, Priceman5. Nice to see you. Okay, I'm scrolling down here. I know I can't get to everyone, although I think I got to everyone for the most part. So I think that's it for today. We're almost 2 hours in. I feel really good that I did this live stream today. It really put me back into the right headspace after being gone for a little over a week. I know there's still a lot that's changed here because I've moved to a different country. The times are different. There's a lot of adjusting that I need to do. And I plan on really optimizing again. I want to get back to where I was at. I want to continue to lose excess body fat. I want to continue to build muscle. And I know that in order for me to get there, I have to find my routine. I also have to give myself grace and not beat myself up over the last 8 days and know that every day moving forward now that I feel a little more settled, now that Manila seems a little more normal for me, that I can really get back into my groove. Jairus, nice to see you. Mabuhay, Jerome, watching from Japan. Nice to see you, Jairus. Thanks for being here. But I say this as well to anybody who's watching right now. If the last 8 days while I was gone was difficult for you, this is your moment, right? To get right back on it. It isn't your moment to say, I'm going to start today. It isn't your moment to say, I'm going to start right now. I mean, it can be, but hopefully you realize that you don't have to restart your journey. All you have to do is just keep working day in and day out. Because imagine if I decided to give up and I spent the last 8 days saying, well, you know what? I'm just going to start over when I get to Manila. How long would have that taken me before I started? You can see my throat is getting dry. What I'm trying to say is imagine if I just spent the last 8 days not hitting a timer and just eating whatever I wanted, not even going for a walk, not even going to the gym to lift weights. Look at how detrimental that would have been versus me doing what I'm doing now, where even though the last 8 days I might have eaten pretty shitty, I still put some work into it. I still put some effort into what I've been doing. And so for that, it's really important for me. It's really important for you to find what that looks like as well, to practice imperfect consistency. Um, there is a comment here from Fina from Facebook. Hi, Fina. I don't think I've seen you here before. Fina says, hi, Jerome. I've been loving the way I feel when fasted. That's great. I just had to break my fast today because my glucose dropped to 50. That's fair enough. Happened to have had blood work done and the nurse called in a panic. I was about 68 hours in and felt fine. I mean, I've been pretty low as well. I can't remember it's 50 per se, but I've been working out and walking, staying hydrated. So it looks like you're doing a lot of good things. But I followed her urging and broke my fast, although not with a tablespoon of jelly. I'll start back tomorrow because I love it. Thank you for the inspiration. You're very welcome, Fina or Fina, is that right? Either way, please tell me so I can properly pronounce it. But Fina, the way I see this too, right, is I understand the concern, and I think it's really important that you make sure, especially if you are a type 2 diabetic who is on medication, that you keep your glucose in check, right? I think that's really important. But also, I hope you're not beating yourself up about breaking at 68 hours. That's a great length of a fast. Hopefully, you can keep your refeed in check. And like you said, you can just go again, right? You've made great results. You can keep pushing forward, finding out what's next. So keep me posted. Let me know how you're doing. Thank you for sharing with all of us who's here. I love when new people come on and they haven't shared anything before. So please keep us posted on your journey. Thanks so much, Fina, for sharing with us. So, okay, everyone, I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Tina says rhymes with Tina. So Fina, got it. That's the thing. I'm not diabetic. A1C is 4.7. So you know what, Fina? I mean, even in that way, I don't think it's the, yes, I think it's really important that you double check that your sugar isn't going too low. But I think I've been in the 50s before and felt fine as well. But I understand the concern. So again, maybe something that you just monitor in the future. So, okay, everyone, that's it for me today. We are 2 hours into this. I have other work that I need to do still outside of my fasting. I need to get in touch with everyone that's reached out to me. So I have a lot of work that I need to do today. But before I go, a extra special thanks to Malungai Mark, to L for the huge 5 gifted donation. L, thank you so much. To Tommy for the huge $20 Canadian donation. To Dan as well, Dan Tana, thank you so much. To Miss Peaceful One, to the Fallen, and to Eric Clock with the $100 Australian donation. Eric, thank you for the huge supportive donation. It seems like anytime Eric donates, it's these huge, gigantic ones. So Eric, thank you for the gigantic donation. I appreciate you so much. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for sharing your journey with me as well. I want you to remember, one of the reasons I ask these questions is because, number one, it's helpful for me, but two, I genuinely care. And I genuinely want to see all of us be happy and healthy. So thank you for sharing your journey with me as well. Yes, that sounds right. Thank you to all my Finally Fasting fam members. Thank you for supporting me in that way, being part of the Finally Fasting fam. And thank you to all my every day, it's not every day at this point, but to all my regular viewers. Thank you to everyone who participates. Thank you for everyone who is being kind and supportive to other people here in chat. It means so much to me. And we will do this again on Friday for people in the West and Saturday for people who are right in the East, for people like me in the Philippines. But we won't be live streaming tomorrow, but we'll live stream the day after that, is what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense. So, with that being said, I'm out of here. I am going to start transitioning out, and I'm going to be doing my obligatory wave, and I will see you all soon from Manila. I'll talk to you all in about, I don't know, 36 to 40, no, closer to 48 hours, in about 45 hours or so. All right, I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. I was going to say stay warm for people who are in cold weather, but for people who are in 90-degree weather like I am right now, stay cool. All right, take care, everyone.